Hello, people of Ghana. It is your boy Aaron, and today on People's Mic, we want to ask our viewers a simple question: how would you rate the president of Ghana? From Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, J.J. Rawlings, Kufuor, Atta Mills, John Mahama, and our current president Nana Akufo-Addo. Join me as we go hear the views from our people.
The current president of this nation, from my perspective, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the best president forever in this nation because he was able to establish so many factories and companies in Ghana. And currently, if you see Jack Toronto, which is a Akufo-Addo, doing nothing but doing unnecessary things in this country.
But this man brought PSHS.
PSHS is there, like it's old policy that is there. Like it left somebody to come and just establish it. That's all. Because I heard Mahama also was talking about that. He firstly brought the PSHS, and Akufo-Addo also did that. I brought the PSHS. But for me, the free senior school is just nothing else. Because what I need for the country or our leaders of this nation to do that, they should establish factories, industrial this thing, so that at least we the youth can get something to do to cater for our lives. But someone can steal the country's money, $1 million, the person is living there. Someone go and steal cassava, they will jail the person 2 years, 3 years. Do you get me? So please, as for me, dear, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the only president for this nation. Never. No Akufo-Addo, no Mahama, no Kufuor, no J.J. Rawlings. None of them have done nothing for this nation. Only Dr. Kwame Nkrumah who are able to help the nation. Because I worked some months ago. Do you know that at first Ghana we were making ties, car ties and other stuff in this nation.
Oh, really?
And we are manufacturing some small car. I'm for and big business. These days, it's a hobby. It's here. You have to abroad from plant and best salvation. How come? So can't you do our own? Japan is doing, South Korea is doing, China is also doing. So why can't we do? If we made our mind well, if our leaders, if they have good conscience for the nation, they can do it. They get me. They can do it for the nation. So please, I beg you. Jack Toronto is doing nothing else for the nation.
All right, so you are saying it is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah all day.
Perfect.
All right, thank you so much
Perfect.
for your submission.
100%.
It's going to be a very big mistake to compare all the governments because almost all of them ruled in different eras. We cannot compare Nkrumah's era to Nanado's era now. Okay, there are so many factors that you need to consider before comparing this kind of presidents, you see. But based on each era, I would say Kwame Nkrumah did well for his era. You see, the problem with Nanado is that, you see, when you make people to expect and you don't deliver, they'll be disappointed. Exactly. That's our problem. You see, he made us expect. He made some promises. And those promises is making us feel that he didn't do it because he couldn't fulfill those promises. If he had fulfilled the promises, we'd have said Nanado has done so well.
And he has been able to meet some of yours.
And Nanado made Ghana look like Ghana is doomed, that he can make Ghana okay. Yes, so we all expected him. That's the point. We were having expectations for him. That's why we are disappointed. You see, most of the things he promised, he has not delivered. So I would say, based on what he portrayed to Ghanaians, he didn't do well. But Nkrumah did well because at that time there wasn't much education. Ghanaians were not really educated, but he stood up to make sure Ghanaians are okay with everything that they want. So Kwame Nkrumah did well. With Mahama too as well. Let me come back to Rawlings. You see, Rawlings' era, you see, right from when he did a coup. You see, when you do a coup, it's like you've seen that there can be a change and then you are coming in. So when he came, the expectations, he was able to deliver based on expectations. People expected him to get rid of corruption, and he did. He did so many things. So we could say, or those people could say that Rawlings also did well for them. Then coming down to Kufuor, you see, Kufuor's era also started when a lot of Ghanaians were educated. We were having a lot of Ghanaians who were elite in the society. He also delivered, although some one or two things, but he also did his best. And then Atamos could have been better, but you see, he didn't get enough time because he died. May so rest in peace. He died. But if not for that, he would have been one of the best presidents we would have in Ghana here. Then coming to Mahama, you see, Mahama came to ride on Atamos' legacy. Atamos left a very huge legacy, a very huge hole for Mahama to fill. He also didn't disappoint. So if you could see, most of the things I started doing was right from Atamos. He was trying to continue his project because, okay, it was an NDC thing. So Mahama, I would say he also did well based on Atamos' shoes that he had to fill in. Then coming to Ronaldo, like I said, too much promises he couldn't fulfill, so we are a little bit disappointed in him. Yes. So he has done well, but we are disappointed because he could have done better.
So now the big question is, who is highly rated?
I would definitely, you cannot tell me that the one who starts the foundation, the one who finishes the house is better than the one who laid the foundation. Nkrumah laid the foundation. So definitely I would say Nkrumah because of that. He laid a very solid foundation. So I would say Nkrumah is a very good person. And in terms of the presidency, I would rate him higher. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your submission,
Charlie.
Okay, so for me personally, I didn't see Kwame Nkrumah. I read about him, but I think that from the president that I've seen, I saw a bit of Kufuor. I wasn't that mature, so I can't really rate him. But I saw President Mills, I saw Mahama. I've seen Akufo-Addo as well. From the three of them, I would say Mills was the better one amongst them because for him in his administration there was not much of what you term as controversies, what you term as corruption allegations. If you come to Mahama's administration, he was once tagged with the Airbus scandal. You come to Akufo-Addo, he has been famously named the clearing agent because he's fond of clearing some of his political appointees who have been accused of being involved in corruption and all of that. So for me personally, I wouldn't rate Akufo-Addo that much. I wouldn't do the same for Mahama, but I would rate President Mills as the favorite president that I've seen since I matured, since I was able to decide between wrong and right. So for Mills, he's my best president so far.
All right, so from what I heard, you are saying that Atamos is corruption-free.
Yes,
that basis, you want to see he's much better than the rest.
Yes, because in his era or in his administration, I didn't hear as many scandals. I can't even remember one scandal that I heard from his administration. Yes, maybe he wasn't perfect, but if you remember, he was famously also known as a man of peace, as a Mujay man. So with that history and the little that I saw, even though he couldn't complete his term in office, I think that what he did, the fact that there was no scandals in his government, I still think that comparing him to Akufo-Addo and Mahama, he stands for amongst them.
With regards to rating the president, with Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of blessed memory, I didn't really come to meet him. So most of his achievements are historic. We came to hear that they said he's done this, he's done that, and a couple of things. And then down to JJ, I think as at that time I was also young, but I hear during his tenure a lot of things went well. You couldn't just play the buffoonery around. You see that. With regards to Kufuor under his tenure, I was a bit young by then, but I realized that most of the things our parents were not complaining, though they were saying that like Nyamamuye Day and stuff like that. At least they were able to put food on our table, like for Christmas and stuff. They were able to purchase a few things and like the house was like ongoing. In regards to Mahama too, though things were a bit tight, like at least the Papa you could do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this government, that's the Ronaldo government, I must say, I was even on their side to an extent. But with regards to delivery, well, I am a bit disappointed. I'm not totally disappointed because he's not the only person ruling the whole nation. He has a cabinet, he has people he works with. So the problem might not necessarily be from him, it might be from his leadership, like the people he work with to govern the country. But for me, the economy has depreciated. You and look at the rise of the dollar as compared to the CD is on the rise. It's that bad. Gone were these days you're able to do a few things. When you have 1,000 CDs, you could do a lot with 1,000 CDs. But now, Charlie, you get 1,000, like in 3 hours, you can just go because you have bills to pay and stuff like that. You have Charlie Raddy. Everybody they bleed for the country inside, though. A lot of people. But the money there is in the country, but it's not with us. It's with it's in a couple of
people's pockets.
Exactly. So with regards to their performance, for me, Nanado has not really done a good job. But Charlie, how would you do him? You cannot really say we elected him, so at least we can be in the same soup, hoping that the next government will do something better and get things going.
I think Kufuor does it for me, even though I was really young. But he's a gentle giant, so peaceful, so gentle. Akufo-Addo is the worst, you know. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Why would you say Akufo-Addo is the worst?
Of course he's the worst. He's not doing things right. Besides, we have so much hope in him to do better. And the main reason he was voted into power was because he actually said so many things, and he actually made it look like he would deliver when he comes to office. But after his first term of office and he came again, he disappointed all of us. And, you know, we've actually lost hope. That is for me. I've lost hope in him. So even with the coming elections, I'm not really sure that NPP will come to power. Yes.
His Excellency Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, I've not seen him before, but I've read so many articles about him. And some of the articles talked about how he was able to help Ghanaians gain our freedom from the colonial masters. And J.J. Rawlings, I've seen him though, but during his time of ruling the country, I wasn't born by then. But I've also read stories and articles about how he has also helped Ghanaians. During his time, that was the time I was born. And my parents have told me so many things that he has introduced into the economy that has even helped them during the time they were giving birth to me. And also during Muhammad's time, I was there by then, so I've seen him, I've seen some of the things he has done. And during His Excellency, the current president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, during his tenure in office as president, I'm here, so I've seen some of the things he has done. But when you ask me, who will I rate as the best performing president, I would choose Kufuor as the best performing president in terms of managing the affairs of the economy. Because my parents have told me that during the time they gave birth to me, Kufuor introduced free
SHS.
Yeah,
Is it the
that was introduced, and people in the north were having so many opportunities during Kufuor's time. It wasn't like entirely like free, but you pay half of the money and then some part of the money will be paid by the government. I think that one has helped widows that were born in the north. And also during his time, he introduced national health insurance. And I think it has helped me a lot. So I'll rate Kufuor above all the other presidents. And the worst president I can choose is our current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in terms of performance and managing the economy.
Wow.
He is very poor. Thank you.
Are you not saying that because you're a beneficiary or because you think that Kufuor deserves the merit because of what he has done?
So in terms of performance that I'm rating them. So in terms of performance, Akufo-Addo didn't do anything. During the campaign, he made so many promises to Ghanaians that when he comes, he will deliver. But when he was voted into power in 2 of his times, let's say the first time he was voted, he promises that maybe because the time wasn't that much, that was why he couldn't deliver in terms of the promises he made. So we should give him another chance. So the second chance, we're expecting that, this time that he's coming, then he's coming to redeem all the promises that he has made to Ghanaians. But only to our surprise, he has even come to even make things look more worse than like the way they used to be. So that's the more reason I'm saying that he is the worst performing president in the history of this country. Thank you.
Exciting views from Ghanaians on today's subject area, and I believe you enjoyed watching this. Catch us next time on the flip side as we bring to you another wonderful discussions.